Hey Sneakies, welcome back for some more Project Zomboid on the PC. I do hope you're enjoying this series as much as I am enjoying playing it. If you are, don't forget to leave a like on this video, and if you're not already sneaky, become one today by hitting subscribe. Now, what I'm thinking for this series, I don't think I've mentioned this in a previous video. I'm probably going to make this the last episode where I literally show you everything that I've done since the beginning of the game. And then from this point forward, I'll probably have like episode themes and stuff. Like, for example, I might have one where I decide to go on like a lawn trip and travel really far away from my house. Maybe I'll have one where I'm trying to find the warehouse, or maybe I'll have one where I set up another safe house later on. You know, stuff like that, where like you can get an idea of exactly what the episode's going to entail by reading the episode title. Because these first so many, like they're literally everything I've done since I started playing the game, so I don't think that it's really necessary as entertaining that way if you have to watch literally everything, because in open world games, at least as far as I'm concerned, oh man, I have to really fight these things back and forth. Come on, get back there. Take you out one by one. Yeah, that's right. You've been sneaking. Now, what I find with open world games is that it's really difficult if you show literally everything that's done to make it entertaining the entire way through. I mean, some people might disagree with that, but from my personal taste, like, you can let me know down below if you feel differently. But I think it's better if you have like episode themes. That way you have like a good idea of what's gonna happen. You don't have to sit there and watch. Like, there's a lot of boring stuff that takes place in this game that I'm sure that you probably don't want to see. And these episodes can be... Damn this rain, seriously, damn this rain. Alright, so we're gonna get sheet ropes for all these clothing items I find in this house. And it really figures, I just... Oh, something broke in here. Did you just hear the window break? It figures as soon as I leave my safe house, that's when I started getting tired. Uh-oh. Come on. Come in here and get me. Oh, they don't even notice me. Pow, right in the kisser. Gotta hit them right in the dome. Oh, there's some more in here. Oh, man. Yeah, nighty night. Oh, there's the one that broke in, probably. How dare you break into this house that I broke into? Yes. I broke in here first, so I've already claimed this house for my own. I'm not afraid to kill to protect what's rightfully mine now. So we're gonna add a sheet onto this window. Oh, don't want to hop out there. And we're just gonna close this. Hopefully that'll give some kind of protection, because if they see an open window, they're just gonna come right in at free will. I won't be able to hear any sounds or anything, except for them moaning once they eventually get to me. And we're just gonna raid this entire house of any useful items I can possibly find. Also, I'm obviously gonna eat something here while I have the opportunity to do so. It's obviously the ideal situation. I do need to find a drink though, so I have to take care of that shortly. Now, most of these houses in the game seem to be kind of like this one-story house where there's not really a whole lot of different items to find. I mean, granted, there are a lot of items, but it could be a lot more plentiful for like a treasure house, so to speak. I mean, look, there are a lot of useful items in there. Oh, man. I just found a towel so I can dry myself off when I get wet. And I'm finding all kinds of bags that I can carry items in. Obviously, those ramen noodles are going to be useful to eat later on. Now, even something as useless as a fork and spoon and the knife, the butter knife, they can have their own uses that are really good. Like, for example, when I make the episode later where I'm going to go out and travel a long way away, I can find my way back home by simply leaving a bunch of random utensils on the ground, so I know, like, I'm setting a waypoint for myself. Like, that's a really good strategy. Oh, see this? I can actually loot the zombies. I didn't realize this before. You can actually loot the zombies once you kill them. It makes sense, but I didn't even think to check before. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I feel like I've done pretty well so far. This is like my probably my best game that I've ever played of this. Well, obviously it's my best playthrough of this so far. Like, the longest that I survived was, I want to say 3 days. I was actually in the middle of that playthrough, because what I did when I first started this game, I actually downloaded the free demo just to get an idea of what the game was like, because I, like, very vaguely heard about this game. It was like a survival zombie RPG, so it caught my interest. So I downloaded the demo off Steam. I played it for a bit. I really liked what I saw. So I decided that I was going to get into the early access for it because, number one, I want to play the game, obviously. Number two, it's going to be helping the development of the game because they're kind of using this as like a revenue stream. Like, a lot of times these small independent companies have to go out and get, like, what do you call it? Investors to invest in the game, and then it's kind of tricky to get into that because you have to convince them that they're going to make back their money and everything. Whereas you can actually get your customers to start here. They start buying the game at $15 a pop. And we're just going to go to sleep here. And then all of a sudden, you have $15 per person getting the game, and then that's more money to put towards the development of the game, and it can come out quicker. Because I'd say, obviously, by how fun this game is this early in development, it's going to be a really good game by the time it's ready for release. I mean, this is alpha. This game is an alpha, and it's so fun to play right now. Like, you can't even imagine how many alphas there are out there that are terrible, and I mean, it's kind of to be expected because that's part of the development process. Like, this is so much more playable than an alpha is supposed to be. And I am really encumbered. I have to deal with that zombie out there, I'm sure, after I get outside. It is relatively early, but it is daylight, so that's definitely good. We have that working for us. And another thing that I'm going to be doing for this series, I'm thinking, eventually I'm going to die in the game. I'm not sure when it's going to come. I have to assume it's going to be a lot later on, because I feel like I've got a really good run going here. And more than likely, it's going to be if I run out of food or water that I'm going to get killed. I don't think it's going to be from a zombie horde or anything, because I'm doing pretty well keeping up with these hordes so far. Like, you pretty much have to go out there and just kill zombies one by one as you see them, and you can actually prevent them from hoarding up on you. I mean, eventually they're going to start coming from different directions of the map and heading this way. Sometimes you'll actually hear gunshots in the game. And what that's supposed to be, it's supposed to be the other NPC survivors shooting like gunshots, and then it's attracting the zombies to different areas of the map so that they keep spreading out throughout it. Even though there's not NPCs in the game, they kept them in, so the gunshots are kept in the game so that the zombies keep moving around. And we're in pretty good shape here, so we're going to take out this zombie. Oh, is he going to expect it? Oh! I mean, he was kind of expecting it, but he wasn't expecting it to be that damaging. And, oh, we got to deal with this damn high exertion. Oh, there we go. It's already gone. Alright, so... Oh, that's weird. Why is this house... Oh, Jesus! Not the alarm! Get out of here! Run, 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 run! I don't even have time to close the door. It's not worth it. Okay, now, when this happens, if you haven't been watching this series, when you set off an alarm, every zombie within such and such radius is going to be attracted to that sound. So they're all going to be coming over here, so I have to get away from here as quickly as possible, or I will be outnumbered. I mean, I'm already outnumbered right now as it is, but I will be destroyed by these zombies if I'm in such a small area with so many of them around. Just gonna hop over that fence. Unfortunately, I have to deal with the high exertion right now, but it's alright. We'll just head back in this direction, back towards my safe house. I mean, I do kind of have to drop off all my stuff in my safe house. I was getting pretty full there. Alright, I guess we're going to take a look up here first. Let's see, are there any zombies home? Hello? Are you home? I will destroy you. Of course the damn door is locked. Oh wow, he unlocked the window pretty quickly though. Well, that worked out nicely. I'm really excited for when they decide to put the NPC characters in, because that's going to really change the game around a lot. Like, I guess the NPCs can actually break into your house, and they can go and steal your stuff. They can even, like, break in there, and they'll be inside, and if you, like, say you come home, they'll be in there, and you have to, like, have some kind of showdown with them and everything. You can go into random houses, and you'll find other survivors randomly in there, and you don't know if they're going to be friendly or not. I mean, I'm going to say odds are they're not going to be friendly, period, because that's kind of to be expected in once, like, an apocalypse goes down, because everybody's going to be fighting for their own survival. I mean, the smart people are going to be the ones that actually team up and work together, because that's the only way you're going to really survive. Like, can you just imagine if we didn't have, like a government system and having everybody work together to, like, work towards our economy and stuff? Like, if it would just be absolute anarchy if everybody were left out to do whatever they wanted to do and there was no rules or anything. It just makes more sense to work towards something like what we have in our current society. Although our current society is certainly not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Oh man, I don't think I want to eat that dead rat. I mean, it does sound appetizing and everything, but I think we'll leave that here for the next survivor that happens to wander upon this house. Now, as I was saying before, something else I think I'm going to do for the series, because I don't know when I'm going to die. I mean, I'm obviously going to die eventually, so I'm thinking I'm going to break this playthrough up into, like, seasons, kind of. So basically, every playthrough I try to do with different characters will be a new season, so however long Alan Cooper survives, whenever he eventually dies, that'll be the finale for Season 1, then I'll start Season 2 with a brand new character, and then we'll watch their chance for survival. I mean, ideally, I'd like to survive as long as possible with him, at least until they come out with a new update or something, because I'd really... Man, the zombie's breaking into some other window. It didn't sound like it was this house. Ideally, I'd like to do different seasons involving different features and everything, so it would be really nice if that were to work out in that sense, but I don't imagine it's going to, so we're just going to have to kind of deal with it as it comes. I mean, when the new update for this game came out before I started playing this game again, I just loaded the world, and then it said it was like integrating the features or whatever that were introduced with that patch right into this world here. So they might even be able to just do that, so pretty cool. And they've also, I think they actually added a level editor into this game. That is really cool, because you can go around customizing your own world, and I have to assume you can put it out there for other people to try to play through and everything. Like, that's when a game really starts to become special and a lot more fun, is when you start letting all kinds of other people besides just the developers get into designing the place. Because there's a lot of crazy imaginations that people have out there, and they can put together some really amazing things. I mean, for example, just look at what people do with Minecraft, what they do with any number of other games that have mods. Like, even for the Elder Scrolls games, Skyrim. There's some really amazing mods out there that people put together. Oh, can't even forget about Half-Life and, like, Counter-Strike and all that stuff. There have been some absolutely epic Half-Life 2 mods. Like, people have made, like, entire games that were basically with it. Just absolute craziness. Alright, so we're going to be putting all our food, just as we were before, into the refrigerator. Even if it doesn't require refrigeration, I'm just going to put it in here for now, as I'm trying to kind of have some kind of semblance of an organization system. I mean, I do need to come back in here and actually do a better job of it, but we'll worry about that later. Now, I am going to need to locate this warehouse relatively soon, because I need to find a hammer, which there's supposedly a hammer there. I also need an axe. Like, if I had an axe, I could go around destroying every zombie within any kind of range, because that thing is amazing from what I understand. I have not actually seen it or used it in person, but from what I hear, it's definitely something worth trying to get. And I definitely need that hammer, because I've got to start building stuff. Primarily, I need to be able to build rain barrels so I can collect rain and have some kind of drinking water later on. That's going to be really important because, as I mentioned before, within the first 2 in-game months, at some point, it's kind of a randomized time. It's not a set time. Sometime within the first 2 months, both the water and electricity utilities are going to be turned off, so I'm going to have to really be ready for when that comes, because that's going to really make the game a lot more difficult. Like right now, I can go around to all these houses and drink from the faucets and toilets. That's only going to last for so long, though, and then it's going to be all gone. And I'm even taking advantage of the refrigerators where the perishable food is. That's why I'm trying to eat all the perishable food before I even start to tap into my other stuff, because that is not going to be good at all. Like, it's going to become really ultra conservative time. And I've also got to be able to start my farming system as well, because if I don't have a farm going, I'm definitely going to starve to death eventually. It would be really amazing if I could survive for the longest amount of time anybody survived so far. I don't even know how long that is either. Like, I know there's other playthroughs of this out there right now. I don't know how long these people have actually made it. Kind of assume that they made it quite a ways away, because I've seen a bunch of episodes. I haven't physically watched a bunch of episodes, but I've seen a bunch of episodes on there. This is a fun game to watch, though, isn't it? I mean, even right now, where they don't have all the features, and they're still going to add a ton more. I can't wait till I get into the part of the game where I can start building, like, constructing. I'm assuming you can build houses. Like, if you can build a house, I'm going to be set for life, because I'm going to build, like, an amazing fortress. Now, the problem is, I don't know how you actually acquire wood. My best guess is that you can actually go around chopping those trees down. But at the same time, you have to wonder, will the trees eventually all be knocked down in the game? I mean, it would take a really long time to even get to that point, so I don't really know. Like, I'm kind of thinking maybe they'll have a system where you can actually go around planting trees or something. But at the same time, there's probably way too many trees in the game as it is anyway, so they don't have to really worry about that. I will assume that knocking down trees will probably be necessary, though, if you want to, like, start building houses in certain areas of the game. And it's going to be really cool when I actually decide to start building my own kind of world, because that would be really awesome. I'm going to build my own, like, build my own world, build my own map, and, like, that can be one of the seasons, too. I'll have to actually get into the nitty-gritty work here. I mean, I don't know how user-friendly it is. Like, if it's a really professional, like, something you need experience to use, which I'm assuming is not the case, it may take me a while before I can actually build a good map with it. But I'm sure I can build a fairly good one if it's decently user-friendly. We'll see how it actually works out. Now, I'm not fully aware of all the features that are coming in this game, but some things that I think would be really useful to have. Number one, having bigger maps would be really awesome. Like, you can kind of, in a sense, have, like, almost an infinite map where you can keep going out forever, almost. Obviously not quite to that extent. And if the maps are made bigger, it's going to be necessary to have vehicles of some kind. Like, even if it's just a car, maybe mix in a truck. I mean, a helicopter would be pretty cool, but that might be overkill. Motorcycles. I mean, it really depends, though. Like, they would have to make the map so much bigger in order to really be able to justify that. Like, I don't think it's really a good idea to put them in right now, because it might make the game a little bit too easy. Unless maybe they added, like, a feature where you need to have gas in the car and you need to, like, keep it under control and everything. That's something that no game really has ever done that I've seen. Like, maybe, like, driving simulators and stuff. But as far as a game like this, like Grand Theft Auto or something, that's never been a feature. That'd actually be a pretty cool idea. Like, you need to go around, you have to... Like, you can find all the vehicles around everything. They're all usable. But gasoline's so rare to find now that when you actually come across it, it's like basically like you struck gold and everything. And then there will actually be certain points where you have to use the car to get somewhere or something along those lines. I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Like, there's all kinds of different directions they could go in with this game, and based on what I've seen so far, I have full faith in them that they're going to make an amazing game by the time this game's done. It's only going to get better from here, and this game's already a lot of fun. So this will be a wrap for this episode, Sneakies. If you enjoy the series, don't forget to leave a like to let me know you want to keep seeing more videos. Become a Sneaky today by hitting subscribe so you never have to miss another video ever again. Share and favorite so we can grow together. And I will see you next time for some more Project Zomboid on the PC.